Good morning, brothers and sisters. Boy, it's been a minute. All the glory to God, always. Hey, thanks for taking time out of your day and coming back and listening to Roger's Land Between the Lake channels. I'm going to jump right into this, and I'd appreciate everybody listen to the entirety of it when you can. I realize it's like getting your teeth pulled listening to my videos, but I'd appreciate it if you did so. It's going to be fairly informative and let you know what's going on, and kind of I've been laying kind of not laying low, but just being low key, and just a lot of things have been dropped on me in the last 2 to 3 weeks. So I'm just absorbing everything and deciphering and weeding things out, and yeah, it's just life. It's quite a process. So and as you can see, I'm in Lab Squatch 1. I'm getting it winterized, getting all the water out of the lines and things like that. So I probably won't be using this anymore this year. Maybe one more time. I'm going to try to get back down to Iowa one more time before a real hard freeze, but I don't know if I'll take this or not. But okay, so what have I been doing? And I've had a lot of questions and concerns about the video that I'd put out. It was sitting around a fire, and it was basically saying, here I am, come get me, and I'm going to explain all this. So this way, you need to, if you can, please just listen in full. So what I meant by that, I had mentioned in previous videos that I was real concerned about my friends that go down to the Land Between the Lakes. Something was going to happen, and I'd come to find out after the fact, after I'd made that video, that other people had been warning certain people about this as well. So that kind of made me feel good that it wasn't just me. I wasn't just, my cheese hadn't slid off my cracker quite yet, and there was just something felt like it was gonna happen, and it still does feel like that. But I think I know I have a better handle on what that feeling is, and I'll explain it to you and why. So, I headed down to Fayetteville, and I picked up a racing engine for a project that I got going. I picked it up from a friend down there. And while I was down staying just a little bit north of Fayetteville, I got a phone call. Actually, it was an email, then a phone call, and from a gentleman that is a subscriber of mine. He said I could use his first name, and it's Dwight. And he's one of those ones I talk to quite a bit behind the scenes, or not in the comments, and just a super good dude. And to be quite honest, I didn't know a whole lot about him before this particular incident that I'm going to tell you about here quick. But real quick background on Dwight and why he called me, because he was concerned. Obviously, I was, you know, he thought that I was going to, and he was correct, offer myself up to whatever is down within the Land Between the Lakes, if anything, um, in lieu of doing something to my friends. So this is Dwight's background, real quick. He graduated with a bachelor's degree, I think he said it was, from the American Catholic Colleges, I believe it is, in Washington, D.C. And that was kind of embarrassing for me because I didn't even know there was a college for Catholicism, or the study of Catholic religions or religions in general, especially with the Catholic part of it there. So he graduated there, and then he was lucky enough, and I say lucky enough because a lot of people do not get to participate in something like this, but he was able to assist in two exorcisms. He explained that to me too. I was always under the impression that when exorcisms take place, it's just okay. Well, you think somebody's possessed, let's do an exorcism, and he says it is quite a process. There's a lot of people that have to okay it. A lot of boxes got to be checked, in other words, and it has to come down from the hierarchy, so to speak, within the Catholic churches, I guess, to okay exorcisms. And again, he was able to assist in 2 of those. So after about 3 years of being with working in the Catholic and I say Catholic Church systems, I just lack of better terminology or knowledge of that on my part. He said he got sick of it, things going on behind closed doors. Here's another thing that again was kind of embarrassing to me, because I didn't, there's people out there, especially in this field, and I know some of my friends are actually associated, I guess they're associates to them. They call themselves demonologists. Well, you can't be a self-proclaimed demonologist. Demonologist is actually a study of something, and you actually can be licensed and degreed in it, and Dwight is. So these people out there that are they say they're a demonologist or whatever. I think they're self-proclaimed, unless they got the actual license and degrees to prove it. It's not something that you just get on YouTube or Google and teach yourself. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing by any means, but you're just not a true demonologist until you've went through an onslaught of training and teachings. So that's what his background is. And why does that matter? Well, he has an aunt that lives in, I think he said it was Huntington, Tennessee. And I was kind of, sort of, a ways away. I think it was like a 10-hour drive there from Fayetteville or more. But he said that if I truly wanted to find out if there was something demonic within the land between the lakes, because that's a lot of people really think there is something demonic there. And he says if you're willing to, put your soul out there, so to speak, to save your friends or find if anything's there, he goes, I will help you do it. I have the equipment to do it. I know what I'm doing. I've done it before. And I was apprehensive, not because I was scared, because I just don't, I don't make deals with the devil, so to speak. And I just, that's just not me. It's not Christian. It's just not something that I wanted to do, but I do want to protect my friends that go there. And with some very short questions, and that I'd answered for him, he assured me 100%. Number one, because of my faith, I had nothing to worry about. So we're going to fast forward. He ended up getting a cabin at the land between the lakes. We were only there like 6 hours. The whole session took 45 minutes. And to my friends that I told you I was going to meet you at the land between the lakes, I apologize. This was just kind of a spur of the moment thing, but we will have our individual meetings there for sure. But I wanted to do this with with nothing else on the back burner, so to speak, while I was there. So did a 45-minute session, and that's what I did. I basically offered my soul, myself, whatever it was, to whatever was out there. And I asked him before we even did any of this, what makes you so sure that whatever's out there, if anything, is going to show itself? How do you know that it's going to take the bait, so to speak? And he said that one of the first things that you learn, and it doesn't matter, really what your belief is in the demonic realm, is a demon absolutely will not refuse or turn down a soul that is offered. And that's what they do, and it doesn't matter if they have to basically, kill people to get what they want, or it comes to them open freely like this, they will not turn it down. And it's not something that you have to sit and wait and, okay, well, it's been 20 minutes and nothing's come up. Is there something really here? The demonic realm is completely different. It's instantaneous. They're always around us. So there's not a worry like, okay, well, I'm sitting here in Kentucky and I'm waiting for a demon to get a hold of me that's back in Minnesota. How long is this going to take? I mean, it's kind of a reference. It's not like that. They are instantaneous. Demons are instantaneous. When they see something like that or want something, it just happens. So I did that 45-minute session, and absolutely nothing. There was nothing there that was demonic. So I know I'm going to get a little flack, and even my friends, may not agree with this and think otherwise, and that's fine. There's no hard feelings. I just wanted to do this to protect my friends. Now, with that being said, um, I've made this point several times, and Dwight agreed 100%. There's nothing demonic there, but what is there is the spirits. He goes are overwhelming, and with his equipment and his sensors, and he had his laptop set up. Right where we were at, there was over 200, and they look so strange when it's on a laptop or whatever. I mean, where you can physically see something with your eyes, and it was just strange knowing that they were out there. But there was over 200 of these spirits that were basically down there, just doing what they do. And he also said something that I 100% agree with, and I have said this in my past videos. He said if there's anything that's going to happen, it's going to be with these spirits. And the reason I said this, and I think this what will happen if something does happen. These people, these people have been tortured enough. And I don't mean that the people going down to the land between the lakes are torturing them by any means. Or willingly inflicting, any more pain on them. But they've had enough. Look what happened. There was people. What I mean, just to create the land between the lakes as we know it now, there was families murdered, disappeared. I mean, it was a bad situation, and I don't care what you believe about it. That's just the truth. There was people that were, as far as I'm concerned, buried alive, just to get rid of them, and they are within the land between the lakes. Their souls, their tortured souls and spirits, and they are just tired. They are tired of people being on their land, taking advantage of their land for self gain, profit, and things like that. And that's nothing aimed towards my friends by any means, but and I have no claims to the land between the lakes. I can't tell people, hey, you can't go down there anymore, and it's nothing like that. And I support all my friends 100% in their ventures within the land between the lakes. But I'm just saying that I had another person's perspective on it, and they were basically telling me this, something I already knew or already felt was the reason that if anything did erupt within the land between the lakes, that's what it was going to be. But I really, and I can't stress this enough, and there is one other person I think so much of this person, and you know who you are, that agrees that the land between the lakes is hollowed ground, and there just shouldn't be this parade of people that just are building up more and more and more and more, and quite honestly, I think the poor souls that are within the land between the lakes are just done. They're tired of it. They're pissed, and I don't blame them. Let's let them be, and that's kind of why I, other than a couple individual friend visits that I have to make back there, I won't go back there just out of respect, because why should I? That'd be contradicting and be a hypocrite that I feel so sorry for these people, which I do, but yet tread on their ground. It's not ours. It's not mine, and we should respect them. And I'll just be point blank. And if anybody gets mad at me, that's fine. We can talk about it civilly, but I'd just stay the fuck away. Leave them alone. Let them heal until they do cross over, if they ever do. But I'm just asking. I don't want to say I'm begging because I just don't do that, but let these poor people rest. And I told this one individual that I trust very much, about a dream, and I don't have dreams very often, people, as bad ones. I really don't. But I had this one particular dream where I seen this older woman's face, and she was wearing kind of not a veil, but something white over her head, some kind of scarf or something like that. And it was in my dream, and it was just like right in my face, and she literally screamed, "You promised me peace." Boom! I woke up. I really didn't know what she was talking about. I'd never seen this person, obviously. That face didn't look familiar with me, but in split second timing, instantly, the words land between the lakes came in my head. It was like it was just whispered in my ear. And I knew it. I knew it. I knew that's what it meant. Why me? I have no idea. And maybe other people are having these dreams too. But that's been bothering me really bad. So nothing I can do. I cannot stop anybody, and I surely don't want to, stop anybody from doing research or anything like that. But please, you'll feel it. I mean, if you think more about what I'm talking about the next time you're down within the land between the lakes, you'll understand. If you're truly connected, and I know for sure this one other gentleman is very connected with the land between the lakes. He knows what I'm talking about. And I wish the rest of them would have that true connection with what is really down there, not what people think is out there. Now back to the demonic part of it. I'm 100%, and I won't even say this is my opinion. With what Dwight showed me and his background, and him explaining me how demons really work. Again, licensed, certified demonologist, not self-proclaimed. If I was to be had, or something was going to show itself or manifest itself, it would have done it, and nothing. So I know there's going to be naysayers. Well, just withheld. It just did, whatever. I get it. I'm not going to judge you for your opinions and your beliefs. I don't do that. But as far as chasing something down within the land between lakes that's actually demonic, I'm not on board. So with that being said, that's everything else is still on track for me to join up with Wyatt's group late next spring. And there's been a lot of things that I can't talk about there as well. That's come to light that he's keeping me informed on. So I'm gonna have to meet with him again in mid October. The cartel thing is just building, and another element that has been added into this is the Haitians that are illegally invading our country, and they're starting to come up, being found all over. And I know you're not hearing it in the news, but there's obviously reasons for that. It's all political, 100%. And I mean, I hate to sound callous, but people that break into our country illegally, and then take advantage of the kindness and our system, I don't feel sorry for them. And if this is their fate, let it happen. I'm surely not going to do anything to stop that part of it, but I feel an American citizen, I have the duty and the right to stop these cartels from destroying our youth and anybody else that may have a weak moment. And this is a poison that we need to stop flowing through the veins of our cities and towns, and even in rural communities. It just needs to be stopped, and the only way it's going to stop is us people. So, sitting back on your couches and getting pissed off and giving the bird to the TV when, you hear about these things doesn't do anything. You have to be proactive within your communities, and I mean it. Anything from feeling that you may have illegals in your towns or cities and reporting them to, whatever. I have no problem doing so, and I've done it several times now. And I know for a fact it's led to two confirmed arrests of illegals. So I feel good about that. We need to protect what is ours. And the United States of America is ours. And not to get into the political realm, but if old Camel Toe Ho Harris and this piece of shit Waltz from up here in Minnesota get in, it's going to be Obama era times 10. It's going to be bad. I know the Marxists and the socialists and the communists are just drooling at the table, hoping they get in. But if they get in, it's game over. And I wish I could elaborate more on Waltz. I know him a little bit better because being here in Minnesota. But he's a piece of shit. He's a coward. He's a yes man, and his own family hates him. Even back into his childhood, he was just a piece of shit bully that nobody wanted. He was actually found out when he found out he was getting ready to be deployed. This is true. This isn't just rumor. When he found out he was going to be deployed, all of a sudden he opted to retire and get out of the National Guard, which he never did shit in anyway. So think about that, people. I gotta go because I'm just gonna keep rambling. But there's the gist. If you have any questions about anything I've said about the land between the lakes or anything else, please hit me up in the comments. Thank you so much for the people that that are still subscribing to me, and the ones, of course, that have stayed with me for so long. I love you to death, your family. As always, God bless, Godspeed, and we'll chat again.